Well, let's go over the Sprite ice-cold keys to the game. All right, so Clark, taking a look at the Bucks, what's going to be the key for them?
Ronny Turiaf could be the X factor, so they can't lose track of him. No question about it. He's an imposing force with his shot blocking ability. You might have thought he played volleyball the way he spikes him down. When they drive it to the rack, they better know where he is.
Azubuike with the ball, averaging 12 points a game. Beadrinch a screen. Beadrinch inside.
Those are the shot opportunities you want, right in the lane.
On offense here, the Bucks. 4-point game. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
I didn't think we saw a real strong outing defensively from them, Kevin. And very few teams can get away with winning, maybe a handful of games, if that, relying solely on their offense.
And it's the Warriors with the ball, following the bucket by the Bucks. Jackson backs in. Here's Ellis. Kept alive. Now Jackson. He's guarded by Calderon. The simple jumper botched by Turiaf. So it's Milwaukee now. This is their second meeting of the year against this Warriors team.
This team handed them quite a loss last time around. And, well, when you play that sloppy, you lose.
And here is Ellis after Michael Redd scored. Here's Shorty. Can't hit. So the Warriors take it the other way. Lots of turnovers, lots of heads, just not quite being in the game. You've got to think.
Yeah, you do, Kevin, and that's a recipe for disaster and loss. Anytime you're not paying attention, you're turning the ball over, that'll cost you. That's a good example of excellent communication. The nice lead pass led his teammate right to the rim for the basket.
And here is Redd. His last outing, 16 points for him. To 0, stolen by Jackson. On defense, the Bucks, trailing by 2, but steal by Thomas.
0. Could have sworn I stayed and came on.
Shorty rips it down with one hand.
He's not the guy you would expect to compete in the dunk contest, but he can still throw it down when he needs to.
Azubuike with the ball. To the stripe, Ellis. He gets hammered and he'll head to the line. Some high-scoring teams in the NBA. Let's see the leaders. Taking a look at Golden State, an exciting team to watch, currently second in the NBA.
They score the ball so well and so quickly because they play with great freedom. I mean, everybody is confident in each other. They know the coaches are giving them the green light. As long as it's a good shot, you're free to take it at any time, and that's how they play. Full throttle all the time with a lot of freedom.
Warriors on D. Here's Redd, plays it in. Sweet time to lead into the rack.
Kicked it to the right guy at the right time. That's a good pass.
Dumps it off. Ellis, high post. Here's Azubuike. Shot is off. And the Bucks going the other way right now. Calderon from inside. Finishes with the soft touch. Jose Calderon got just the right seasoning overseas. Played 6 years European basketball. A perfect entree to the NBA.
That seasoning led to experience, and that experience led to efficiency. He's one of the most efficient backcourt players in the NBA. Assist-to-turnover ratio extremely high. Excellent three-point shooter. Outstanding free throw shooter. And always seems to be under control when he's out there running the show.
And here is Redd. Steven Jackson making his last shot. Here's Shorty. Rebounded by Jackson.
If the shot's not within your range, don't take it. That's very simple.
To Azubuike. The shot is off. And it's Milwaukee the other way. Shorty. Kept alive. Goes back up. Still can't get it to fall.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
Now Jackson. Shoots from the post. Laid in softly off the glass.
Kev, you can't let him get the ball that close to the basket. By that time, it's already too late.
Shorty, he's guarded by Ellis. Steven Jackson grabs the ball.
They need to send out a search party to find his offense, Kev. It's been AWOL this whole quarter.
As a rookie, good. And here are the Bucks now. Here's Red. Drops in the buzzer beater.
Oh, my goodness. What a shot. Just in the nick of time. Money time.
The Warriors with the slight lead.
Well, Kevin, what can you say?
So it's Milwaukee now, trailing by 2. On the free throw line. Shorty, he's guarded by Ellis. Mbamute drops it in on the layup. Sweet touch by the 2-year man out of UCLA. The Warriors leading. Here's Ellis. Can't get it to fall from downtown. The Bucks trail. Here's Shorty. Drains it from short range. And it's now all evened up at 16.
It's a great look ahead up court to set up the easy, fast break finish.
Ellis to the baseline. Jackson. Can't get it to go. And the Bucks going the other way right now. They'll be off next to Utah for a meeting with the Jazz. That will be the 5th game of the 6-game road trip. To Petrus, guarded by Jackson. Here's Shorty with 1 on the clock, lays it right in. And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
I really think this was a game they should have won. At least going into the game, they were feeling confident. But that confidence quickly faded with what I thought was just an off game.
And here is Ellis, trying to claw his way back after a terrible showing in that loss to Miami. Left wing, here's Curry. It's hauled in by Jose Calderon. Milwaukee in the lead. Down low, Mbamute lays it in. Sweet time to lead into the rack.
Tour de force performance right here. They're having a great second quarter.
The Warriors trail.
I think he got baited into throwing that one. The steal led to an easy bucket in transition. That's a nice sequence.
Deflects the pass, stolen away by the Bucks. Here's Shorty, lays it in off the breakaway. He's got 10.
No answers on D. They can't do anything to stop him.
To Maggette. Here's Ellis. It bounces out of bounds after the shot. Let's check out the Eastern Conference standings now that we're in the new year. You look at Atlanta. Here in the middle of the season, they're in great shape, sitting atop the conference. And, of course, the Milwaukee Bucks just need to take it a game at a time. The Bucks bring it up. They're on a 12-0 run. And please tune in this Martin Luther King Day. We'll see Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles Lakers as they host the Orlando Magic. Start time, 7:30 Eastern.
It'll be fun to watch.
Timeout called the Warriors. Let's check out the leaders in field goal percentage as a team. You take a look at the Warriors, a team that knows how to knock it down, 4th in the league.
With all of the great shooters they have, it's almost easy to think that they would shoot a high percentage. But there's some other factors at play here. They're unselfish, they set good screens, they move well without the ball, and they're disciplined in that they don't take just any shot. They want the best shot available, and that's usually what they get.
Azubuike, the shot no good. And it's Milwaukee the other way. The Bucks on a bit of a roll here. Petrus kisses it off the glass and in. They're in front, 29-16. The Warriors looking for a basket to put an end to this run.
Yeah, they need a bucket soon before this gets out of hand.
And Jackson gets it to go.
Well, he's playing a well-rounded game, and he's really helped them in a number of ways.
Now, Mbamute.
Great assist on that basket. He's seeing the floor well, and he's making some beautiful passes.
Here's Maggette. Off the mark from three.
Tough break there, Kev. He found an opening on the floor and got a nice clear look. Just didn't convert.
And here is Thomas, guarded by Jackson. With his first shot attempt, Thomas, that's good.
They're controlling and dictating the tempo, and that's exactly what you want to do.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. And please tune in this Martin Luther King Day. From Georgia, it'll be the Atlanta Hawks as they'll host the Oklahoma City Thunder. That game's scheduled for 2 o'clock Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific.
They're a lot of fun to watch right now.
And it's the Warriors with the ball. 11-point game. Warwick inside. He's against Turiaf. Lays it in off the glass. Nice bucket by the fifth-year veteran out of Syracuse. Here's Azubuike. Can't hit the three-pointer.
That was a judgment call. He took a quick shot there, but I thought it was a pretty good look.
He's guarded by Ellis. Red connects from 13 feet out. 11 points in the game. Azubuike with the ball. He has 5. Here's Maggette. Lays it right in.
His agility and soft touch really paid off there. Not many players could have laid that in.
As we go down to Cheryl Miller, who has a report from her conversation with Don Nelson.
Hey, Kev, it's not an easy day to be a head coach, and he didn't know where to start his criticisms. The team needs to break the game down into quarters. Their goal is to win each quarter individually and not worry about anything else. That's the latest from courtside, guys.
Thank you, Cheryl. We'll see a new set here for the Warriors. On defense, the Bucks. 15-point game. Here's Jackson. Drains the easy jumper. He's got 8.
They say the mid-range game is becoming a lost art in the NBA, but you certainly couldn't tell it from watching that play. What a sweet stroke.
Speedy. Gets in close. Long with the sweet dish.
Beautiful delivery with the bounce pass. He kept it away from the defense, which set up the shot perfectly.
Here's Shorty. No good. So the Warriors take it the other way. They'll be playing host to Chicago for their next game. Here's Jackson. Swing pass, left wing. 6 seconds to shoot. Long. Can't cut the lead to single digits.
That shot didn't have a chance. He doesn't have the softest touch, and the defense was in his jersey. Got to look for a better shot.
Now Bell. To Warwick. Goes up. Rips it down. They're now up 13.
Too easy. Far too easy.
Here's Claxton. Sinks the open shot. He's got 5.
That was a quick shot, but when they leave you open like that, you can't pass that up.
And Milwaukee calls their first timeout of the game. With the All-Star game almost here, let's see how the West is shaping up. Look at the Lakers, best team in the conference, really having a nice season, looking to maintain that through the playoffs. And of course, Golden State, 7 games back. Now Calderon, averaging 8 points a game. Azubuike with the ball. 11-point game. Let's go with the 3. Ward snatches it inside.
You can't fault that shot since he was wide open, but he may have rushed it just a little bit.
Here's Ellis. Cuts the score to single digits. And they make it a single-digit game.
Great vision on display there. The pass led him perfectly to the basket. That's how you do it.
Shorty. He's guarded by Ellis. 5 on the shot clock to 0. It counts, and the foul. It's on Andres Beatrice. And Mbamute is in it powerfully. He completes the 3-point play.
A good job getting to the line here in this half. I mean, I think that speaks a lot to this team's fortitude. They were determined to get that ball inside and draw fouls.
Ellis. Shot misses, and it's Milwaukee the other way. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points.
Good. Wow. That's a nice finish in transition, partner. That's exactly how you run the break.
Here's Jackson. Can't connect from the wing.
Well, I think one of the stories has been rebounding.
Right wing. Milwaukee turns it over. We'll go the other way. And here is Ellis. He's got 10. Here's Jackson. The shot is off. And the Bucks going the other way right now. And absolutely, Clark, they're just too tough inside.
Yeah, Kevin, they've completely dominated the boards here, and that's a major factor in what looks to be a win.
And here is Thomas. Five on the shot clock. Red. Beatrice gets it, but surprisingly, that's only his second rebound so far. Here's Jackson, connects on the baseline jumper. He's got 19.
You knew that one was good as soon as he released it. That's cash money.
So it's Milwaukee now, leading by 12. Turnover by the Bucks.
That was an ugly possession. They were out of sync completely, and the ball just sailed out of bounds.
Nice game. Great performance by Steven Jackson.
He's really in the zone and is racking up the points in bunches.
He certainly has. He's getting all the looks he wants and is finishing his chances.
They need to do something to get him out of his rhythm before it's too late.
And here is Ellis. Right now averaging 21 points a game. With the fadeaway. Here's Turioff. It's good. Nice offensive rebound.
Way to distribute the basketball.
The Bucks should slow it down here and use some clock. A steal by the Warriors.
And you look at what they've done, or rather what they haven't done, is hold on to the ball. They had 4 turnovers already this quarter.
Now Calderon. The Warriors making the shot. He's got to push it. Shorty. The shot misses. Now Golden State takes it the other way. Clark, and this can't continue to be the score for them. You can't convert if you're handing over the ball.
Well, without question, Kevin, you're exactly right. They've had a tough time getting into their offensive flow here because they've turned it over too much.
The Warriors will go for the intentional foul. So it's Milwaukee. 6-point game. And that makes it a 7-point lead. Off on the second. To 0. Finally, they get the bucket.
Way to close out an opponent. Kevin, I think we're done here.
The Warriors will call a full timeout. They're losing by 9. 22 seconds left in the fourth. Clark, what are your thoughts?
They're going to talk strategy or perhaps what's on the dinner menu tonight, because this one is really about over. They have no chance of winning this game.
It takes a bad bounce and goes out of bounds. The bench has really come on strong these last few minutes.
They've really got to be ecstatic with the play from the sub. They've come in and given them a huge boost.
Here's Shorty from close range. Graceful finish. He's got 20.
Right on the verge of victory now. They don't need much more than to just take care of the basketball.
Here's Ellis. Cans it from in close. And here is Red. Shorty from half court offline. The Bucks win the hard-fought game as they outlast the Warriors 70-61. Shorty is the Jordan Brand player of the game and some south. Well, that's it for us. On behalf of Clark Kellogg, Cheryl Miller, and me, Kevin Harlan, thanks for tuning in to NBA Basketball on 2.
Check it out. Your play had me on the edge of my seat all game long. Of the shots you took, I would say the vast majority of them were good shots. I've always stressed the importance of good shot selection. It's nice to see that you don't give away possessions with bad shots. And I almost forgot. You were all over your man. Most of the shots he took were bad looks because you were in his face. Bill Russell said it best when he said, "The idea is not to block every shot. The idea is to make your opponent believe that you might block every shot."
Let's check
see if
out
you can
the
repeat
Sprite
that
Ice Cold
performance
keys
next
to the
game.
game. All right, so Clark, taking a look at the Bucks, what's going to be the key for them?
Well, Kev, you know what? Paul Millsap is a guy they gotta lock into. If you don't keep him off the boards, he can take over a game with his offensive rebounding, giving his team extra.
And here is Okur, averaging 12 points a game.
Well, Kevin, you know I've got to give some love to a fellow Buckeye. Michael Redd, the sweet shooting lefty from Columbus, Ohio, and the Ohio State University. Boy, he went down with injury late in the season to Milwaukee, and like Bogut, that hurt the Bucks because this guy is a classy performer, a leader, a lethal scorer, and a clutch shot maker. They missed all of that when he went down.
So it's Milwaukee. Calderon, that's good.
Drew the D in and then kicked it out to the open man.
And it's Utah's ball. Hit his foot. And it's being called a kickball. And here is Williams. Coming in off a 21-point game his last outing. Here's Kirilenko. It's in for 3.
Well, the D will live with that one. That's really not his range. So even though he bagged the 3, I figure they'll still let him shoot.
Thomas, that's good. Brewer with the ball. 11-point game his last outing. Millsap backs in. Here's Brewer, hits the elbow jumper.
These guys are doing an excellent job on offense here at the start of this game. Good shots leading to 4 or 5 shooting.
On defense, Utah. Shorty, he's guarded by Williams. Red, blocked. Good D by Kirilenko. To Brewer. Here's Williams, dumps it off. Millsap with it. He's guarded by Mbamute.
I see him.
Here's Millsap, cans it from in close.
That's a strong finish inside. That's where you want to work your magic, Kevin.
On defense, Utah. 3-point lead. This game against Milwaukee.
Watch out for lone. Run for cover, young fella.
And here is Williams, averaging 24 points per contest. Deflects the pass, stolen by the Bucks. And the people do like to see these interconference battles.
Oh, I agree with you, Kevin. Definitely in some sports you don't get to play all the other teams on your home court, so the fans love coming out for these.
Now Kirilenko, Jose Calderon making his last shot. Okur, the screen. Off the pick. Shot's good. He's got 5.
Nice screen to set up the J. Excellent offensive execution right there.
Thomas. Working on Okur. Mba Abute drains the open jumper.
Even though it was early in the shot clock, that's an opportunity you can't pass up, Kevin.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Jazz. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
You know, they just struggle to make shots. And sometimes with teams, when they're missing shots, it has a way to take other parts of their game down too.
Brewer with the ball, averaging 14 points a game. Here's Williams. No luck on the three-point attempt.
Tough break there, Kev. He found an opening on the floor and got a nice clear look. Just didn't convert.
Okur gets the defensive 3-second call. Quickly, let's check out the Western Conference standings. The season in full bloom. Look at the Lakers, best team in the conference, really having a nice season and looking to maintain that through the playoffs. And checking out Utah, 8.5 games behind them. On defense, Utah, trailing by 2. Mba Abute backs down. 5 on the shot clock. Kept alive. Here's Shorty. Offline, and they are ice cold. Utah trailing here. It's tipped. The steal by Calderon. It's 1-on-1 to 0. Lays it in. Sweet dime to lead into the rack.
Beautiful delivery with the bounce pass. He kept it away from the defense, which set up the shot perfectly.
Shorty is whistled for reaching in. That's his first foul. Who are the league's best setup artists? Let's check it out. Well, you look at Williams, 3rd in assists and a great leader.
Simply put, he is a superlative dime dropper. He wants to set his teammates up so they can score. As a matter of fact, he gets more enjoyment out of an assist than he does out of a basket for himself. That's the kind of leadership you like. The guy who wants to make other people look good by scoring the ball.
And here is Williams. Still looking to get on the scoreboard.
He's not their go-to guy offensively normally, but when his number was called, he rose to the occasion.
Elsie backs him down. Stolen away by Kirilenko.
The closer in you get, the more they'll reach in for the pilfer. You got to protect the rock.
Rejected and collected. Great D by Shorty. The Bucks with the slight lead.
They've been very active with their hands going for steals. They've really been disruptive on defense. However, they've been a...
Now Calderon. He has 5. And here are the Bucks now. And for next Friday, be sure to tune in. It'll be Joe Johnson and the Atlanta Hawks. They'll play host to the Charlotte Bobcats. Start time, 7:30 Eastern.
It'll be fun to watch.
Brewer with the ball. Williams trains it from just inside the three-point line. Nice bucket by the 5th-year veteran out of Illinois. Down low, here's Shorty, and Okur pulls it down.
Well, the defense put pressure on him, and frankly, he'll miss some of those even when he's wide open. Good job of leading his man right to the rim for the bucket.
We've got a tie ball game on our hands. Here's Shorty, arcs it high, scooped up. Calderon drains it for 3. 8 points for him.
What a hard-fought game. They're trading baskets, trading elbows, trading attitude. It's a battle.
Tipped.
You should leave those long bomb passes alone.
Oh, flushes it with the one-handed jam.
That's how you make them pay. Solid defense results in extra opportunities.
And here is Red. He's guarded by Williams. Here's Calderon. Drops it in on the layup.
Just like they drew it up in practice, Kevin. Sweet dish inside.
Here's Brewer. Lays it in. Sweet dime to lead into the rack. He's got 6.
Kicked it to the right guy at the right time. That's a good pass.
Shorty. They rule this one goaltender. Cut the shot. And here's what happened yesterday in the NBA. It's a road victory for the Toronto Raptors. The New York Knicks going down. The Indiana Pacers lose on the road. The Nets get the W. Good game for the Grizzlies at the FedEx Forum as the Timberwolves are defeated. And that's all we have for you right now. And the Jazz call time here. And there's going to be more basketball next Thursday. We'll see Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles Lakers. They face the Cavaliers at the Quicken Loans Arena. That all gets started live at 8 o'clock Eastern.
They're a lot of fun to watch right now. And you look at what they've done, or rather what they haven't done, it's hold on to the ball. They've had 4 turnovers already this quarter.
And here are the Jazz now. Brewer backs down. Here's Millsap. Gets in close. Finishes with the soft touch. He has 6. Clark, and this can't continue to be the story for them. You can't convert if you're handing over the ball.
Well, without question, Kevin, you're exactly right. They've had a tough time getting into their offensive flow here because they've turned it over too much.
No good, and they don't get the three-point play. Here's Calderon. Nails the train.
They've really been tremendous with their second chance points here. I mean, those are backbreakers. When you can get put back, those demoralize the opposition.
And so here is Utah. They trail by 11. Brewer flanks it off the front of the rim. And here are the Bucks now. 11-point game. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
They played a very solid game. I mean, rock solid. Watching them through the middle part of the game, I think they carried the momentum completely in the second.
Now, Mbamute. To Mbamute. Millsap's there. The steal by the Jazz.
He got caught napping. You've got to pay attention and protect the peel.
Here's Carroll.
Now that's a statement dunk right there, Kevin. Clear the runway for your own protection.
Here's Milwaukee now. Here is Mbamute. Shorty leads the game in assists.
Great assist on that basket. He's seeing the floor well, and he's making some beautiful passes.
Cheryl Miller has something from a conversation she had earlier with Jerry Sloan. Cheryl?
Hey, Kev, when asked about what could be done differently in the second half, he said, where do I begin? They're a better team. He said they're outplaying us, they're outcoaching us in every way. We need to do everything better. Nothing is working. Maybe that will get his guys fired up or depressed. That's the latest from courtside. Kevin and Clark.
Okay, thanks, Cheryl. And here is Red, averaging 22 points a game. Coming up next Friday, out in Boston, we'll watch the Celtics. They play host to the Portland Trail Blazers. That one's scheduled for a tip-off at 7:30 Eastern.
You know they're going to be extra hyped up for this one.
You're right. Shorty, the shot is off. Here go the Jazz the other way. Okur, and here is Williams. Here's Okur, connects on the baseline jumper. He has 6.
That's exactly where the coach wants him to get his shot, Kevin, right there from mid-range.
Now Mbamute. Millsap on him. Right wing. Here's Petrus. Off target from downtown.
That was a judgment call. He took a quick shot there, but I thought it was a pretty good look.
Cuts off the pass. And here are the Bucks now. 13-point lead. Got a piece of it. Stolen by the Jazz. The break is on. Karolinko down low. Williams' shot is good.
He's been extremely active out there, and he has the stats to prove it. Terrific hustle.
Utah on D. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. Petrus. No good from three-point land. The Jazz can trim it to single digits. To occur. And it's Milwaukee's ball. 11-point game. Here's Petrus. Kisses it off the glass and in. 7 points in the game.
Way to distribute the basketball.
And the Jazz call time here. As we grind through the season, let's see how the East is shaping up. Take a look at the Hawks. Here in the middle of the season, they're in great shape, sitting atop the conference. And, of course, there's the Bucks, just way behind. And here is Williams. It's Ronnie Brewer on the wing. 1:42 left in the third. Here's Red. Kept alive. Brewer gets the reach-in call. That's his first foul of the game. They're in the bonus. They'll go to the line.
He saved an easy bucket there with the foul. He'll make them earn them at the line.
And he makes the first one. And he splits the free throws. Here comes Darren Williams. With a wide open look, Brewer, good.
He saw the defense wasn't set and caught him off guard with the quick launch.
The Bucks will hold on to it. Here's a look at what's coming up for the Utah Jazz. After this one, they're off to Denver to take on the Nuggets. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. On defense, Utah. Down by 12. Bell. Harper rips down the defensive board. Williams, with an assist this trip up, would have 10 for the game. Here's Okur, hits the quick shot. He's got 8.
His height is really an advantage on that medium-range jumper. He can just rise up and pop it right over the defenders and get a good shot every time.
And here is Williams after the basket by Milwaukee. To Okur. Here's Williams. Cuts the score to single digits.
They're not as aggressive from the outside here, but maybe they should think about stretching the defense a little bit, like they did in the first half. I mean, stretching the defense makes it easier to score inside, too. That's his job. That's what he does. He clamped down on the shooter. He's one tough defender. Nice speed. That's the way to keep the ball moving.
Milwaukee in the lead. Alexander got a hand on it, and he grabs the rock. Quick hands by Fizenko. Williams got it up. Misses the buzzer beater. We've reached the end of the third, and it's been an exciting game. The score, 50-43. Shorty has... Fourth quarter about to get started here in what's been an entertaining game. Brewer with the ball. 10 points for him. And here is Okur. Thomas is on him. 13 feet out. No good from Okur.
That's not something you'll see very often. Got the mid-range jumper he wanted, but off target.
Here's Shorty. Rips it down with one hand.
Explosive offense. These two teams have been going at each other this entire game.
Boy, that nigga.
And here is Okur. To the inside. Right into the bucket with the dish, and it's stuffed in by Kirilenko. Now Calderon. 15 points in the game. Here's Calderon, sinks it off the pick. Sweet touch by the fifth-year veteran out of Spain. Utah trailing here. Back inside, dumps it off. Millsap gets it to the ball.
He got the ball inside, and when the D closed in, he just kicked it out to the open man. Simple, but beautiful.
And here are the Bucks. 17 points was their biggest margin. Chizero leads him with the pass. Here's Thomas. Buries the short-range jumper.
That's where you're going to get the high percentage looks. Easy two there.
Okur. Thomas is there. Takes the turnaround J. Shot misses. And the Bucks going the other way right now. And here is Red. Double clutches. Almost a three-point opportunity. Instead, he'll go to the line for two. That one on Kirilenko. A lot of people were surprised that Michael Redd, when he came into the NBA, was drafted number 43 overall. Surprised some, didn't others. What about you?
I was mildly surprised, but again, it worked out to Michael's advantage because he was able to be around Ray Allen and Sam Cassell in terms of his development. And when he got a chance after his rookie year, he was able to show he was capable.
Do you think he has the best jump shot in the NBA right now? One of the top 2 or 3 in the league?
I would certainly put him in that category. Now, it doesn't look the prettiest from a form standpoint.
You're right.
But in terms of quickness of release and range, it's right at the very top.
Utah calls timeout. Cheryl Miller has something from a conversation she had earlier with Jerry Sloan. Cheryl?
Thanks, guys. He told them, finish strong inside. I want dunks, layups, or free throws. He made it pretty plain. He wants them in attack mode. Guys?
All right, Cheryl. Here's Okur in close. Lays it in. Sweet time to lead into the rack.
Excellent anticipation there, Kev. He placed that pass perfectly.
And Mbute drains the easy jumper.
That's exactly the way you practice it. Hit the open man for the great look.
Tipped.
He just lost another one, Kevin. I mean, he's really having a difficult time seeing the defense here.
Lays it right in. And here is Williams. 7 points in the game. Here's Brewer. It's hauled in by Jose Calderon. You're right, Clark. He's not seeing the defense well.
No, he's not reacting at all. And you hate to see that. I mean, it's tough, but he's a pro, and I think he'll be fine. It's just kind of tough to see right now.
The Bucks should slow it down here and use some clock. Here's Kirilenko from short range. The shot is off, and it's Milwaukee the other way. To Thomas.
And there's another giveaway for him now, and you know he didn't have a single turnover in the first half.
Williams in close. Oh, barely misses the shot, but he'll go to the line for two. It's going to be on Jose Calderon. He can't get the first. And Clark, you're right. What has happened, he has lost his concentration. Has the defense figured him out?
I think that's part of it, but I think it's both things. It's concentration lapse, and it's also the defense doing a better job of making him uncomfortable. And those are two things that he's just going to have to work through, and I think he can handle it.
He does not have a lot of breathing space.
No, he doesn't.
Calderon wasn't careful with his position. He gets nailed with the backcourt violation. Williams is called for the charge. That's his first foul of the game.
Great job by the defender that time. He got his feet set, stood his ground, and absorbed the contact.
Here comes Calderon. He's got 17. It's tipped. Here's Red. Millsap corrals it, but that's only his second rebound so far. To Okur. Tries to keep it alive. Here's Millsap. Lays it in. Sweet time to lead into the rack.
Oh, an easy lay-in there. The D cannot allow that to happen.
9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Williams. Made by Williams. And he now has a double-double. Now Calderon. Averaging 8 points a game. The Bucks can just dribble out the clock to end the game. Shorty. And Okur pulls it down. Here's Kirilenko. The Bucks win the hard-fought game as they outlast the Jazz, 62-54. For his steady play, Shorty is the Jordan Brand player of the game.
Well, he was the initiator and the playmaker for their offense, Kevin.
Time for us to say goodbye. For Clark Kellogg, Cheryl Miller, and me, Kevin Harlan, thanks for joining us for this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports.
For the most part, I was really impressed with your performance tonight. First off, you were very selective on your shots out there. That kind of patience impresses me. The important thing to remember is not to lose your focus. When that happens, you'll begin to force bad shots. One thing that really disappointed me was your decision-making on when to call for the ball. A few of those calls were really, really bad decisions, man. Be aware of your surroundings, and more importantly, learn to gauge when you should be calling for the ball. To summarize, let's just say, good job.
Get another little game.
Now let's take a moment for this Sprite ice-cold keys to the game. All right, so Clark, taking a look at the Bucks, what's going to be the key for them?
Aaron Brooks could be the
So it's Houston now. It's stolen by Scola. On defense, the Bucks, they put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
You know, so many times it's not what your team accomplishes, but what the other guys lack. They took advantage of a poor offensive outing, playing well enough themselves to come out on top.
Shorty backs in. To Red. From about 19 feet. Shot is off, and the Rockets go the other way. They come in fresh off the win against the Heat.
I think they kept the opposition really off balance for most of the game. They prevented any kind of rhythm or real flow from developing and forced a lot of turnovers in the process.
So it's Milwaukee now, following the score by Houston. Stolen by the Rockets.
The lob was a little misjudged, and he couldn't get control of it. A tough sequence there.
Yao. McGrady with the ball.
Well, it's been a good shooting start to the game. Shooting 75% from the field on their first 4 shots.
Here's Red. Drops it in on the layup.
Good pick there to set up the layup. That's textbook offensive execution.
And here's Houston. This game against Milwaukee here. It's their first look at the Bucks.
Yep, they'll see them twice this season, so not a lot of face time with these guys.
And here are the Bucks now. 6-point game. Here's Shorty from short range. Finishes with the soft touch. McGrady with the ball. Last game he had 13. Reason trains it from just inside the three-point line. And the people do like to see these interconference battles.
Oh, I agree with you, Kevin. Definitely in some sports you don't get to play all the other teams on your home court, so the fans love coming out for these.
Now, Mbamute. His last outing, he had 8 points. Mbamute was parked down low and got hit with the 3-second call. Here's Brooks. 6-point game. Brooks wasn't careful with his position. Gets nailed with the backcourt violation. As we approach the halfway mark, let's take a look at how everything stands out west. Look at the Lakers. Here in the middle of the season, they're in great shape, sitting atop the conference. Of course, there's the Rockets. They're in the 4th position. And here is Red, averaging 22 points a game. Thomas inside, working on Yao. Here is Mbamute, connects on the baseline jumper. And it heads out of bounds. Last touch by the Bucks. Now a chance to check out the top NBA block leaders. You take a look at Yao, one of the top intimidators in the league, a fierce shot blocker.
Hops, timing, length, aggressiveness. That's what makes him such a superb shot blocker. He's one of the very best we have in the league because he pursues the shot and he knows exactly when to go after it.
Ariza with it. 9-point game his last outing. Scola, no luck.
That's his job. That's what he does. He clamped down on the shooter. He's one tough defender.
Here's Shorty. Buries the short-range jumper. Here's Brooks. The lead is 2. And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. And the Rockets with some adjustments here. Ariza with it, averaging 9 points per contest. To Battier. Brooks. And here's Battier. 5 on the shot clock. Over Red. Battier's shot. Good.
I'm not sure that's the shot they want, but they'll take the basket.
Shorty kisses it off the glass and in. He's got 6.
Speed kills and is a valuable asset in this game. And we just saw a prime example of it. Impressive drive to the rim.
And here is Battier. Against Miami, he was really on his game. Behind the arc, nice shot by Brooks.
Well, the D was in the area. But when you're guarding a sharp shooter like that, you need to be airtight on him before he catches the ball.
So it's Milwaukee, trailing by 5. For the alley-oop, off target, Mbamute has picked up his first foul of the game. He knocks down the first one. The Bucks going with a new group. Here's Brooks. It's a 10-point game. Here's Ariza. Frames the open look. 7 points in the game.
Even though it was early in the shot clock, that's an opportunity you can't pass up, Kevin.
And coming up this Friday, it'll be Kevin Garnett and the Boston Celtics. They'll face the visiting Portland Trail Blazers. That one's scheduled for a tip-off at 7:30 Eastern.
It'll be fun to watch.
So it's Houston now after the basket by Milwaukee. Here's Brooks. It's in for three. So it's Milwaukee. They'll be playing host to Toronto for the next one. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Shorty backs him down. Red from close range. Graceful finish. He's got 6.
No one really contested him at the basket that time, Kevin. He's just too good in there to leave the door open for him.
Here's Yao. Drains it from short range.
Yao Ming didn't get to be 7'6" by himself. The DNA, pretty strong. Dad is 6'10". Mom is 6'2". The biggest star in China, and not a bad star in the NBA either. Yao Ming, the tallest player in the NBA, and one of the sweetest shooters in the NBA too.
And here are the Bucks now. The Rockets making the shot. Boom! And nobody getting in the way.
Not at all. Major throwdown there. Great alley-oop pass there, Kevin. That's highlight reel for real.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
Chat.
And the Rockets with some adjustments here. Ariza with it. 7 points in the game. Yao in the post. He's guarded by Thomas. Battier cannot hit.
Tough break there, Kev. He found an opening on the floor and got a nice clear look. Just didn't convert.
Bell was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call.
Yeah.
Let's check out the Eastern Conference standings now that we're in the new year. Taking a look at Atlanta. Best team in the conference, really having a nice season and looking to maintain that through the playoffs. And of course, Milwaukee. They have a lot of ground to make up. Here's Brooks. He's got 12. Tipped. And coming up this Friday, it'll be Yao Ming and the Houston Rockets as they take on the Spurs at the AT&T Center. Things get underway at 7:30 Eastern.
You can count on it that both teams want to win.
Yep. So it's Houston now after the basket by Milwaukee. Here's Brooks. Kept alive. Yao in the post. Thomas is on him. Tosses it up. Scooped up to Brooks. They get the bucket.
Great on the boards here. I mean, they're really working that glass, leading to a jumping second chance point, which oftentimes can lead to wins.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. The Rockets going with the new group. And here are the Bucks now, trailing by 13. And here comes Aaron Brooks. 14 points for him. And here is Battier. From deep. Nelson rips down the defensive board.
Kevin, even with his shooting ability, you can't settle for long-range bombs like that. That's a good example of excellent communication. The nice lead pass led his teammate right to the rim for the basket.
And here are the Bucks now. 11-point game. 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Thomas down low. Scola on him. 5 on the shot clock. The lead is cut to single digits by Delfino. They cut the lead to 8. Here's Brooks. And here we go with Tracy McGrady. Right now averaging 15 points a game. McGrady lays it right in. 6 points for him.
Those are the shot opportunities you want, right in the lane.
The Rockets
have been on a scoring tear, Kevin.
Yeah, but still plenty of time left. This game is far from over. The clock runs out and we're heading to halftime. The score, 37-27. Let's go to the T-Mobile halftime report. Well, the second half will begin in just a few moments. So it's Milwaukee. McGrady with the ball. He's got 8 and low to scope.
Well, that's a nice dime. What a dime. He dished it inside, and it was right on target.
And let's check in with Shiro. We got a chance to talk with Rick Adelman.
Hey, Kev, according to him, the team is headed in the right direction. Good ball control. He said that it's easy to say things like, don't turn the ball over, but the results speak for themselves. Everyone is focused, patient, and it's paying off. That's the latest from courtside. Kevin Clark.
Okay, thanks, Shiro.
Well, they still have the lead, but they really need to collect themselves and start taking care of the ball.
McGrady with the ball. Here's Ariza. Kept alive. Here's Yao. Hook it off the offensive rebound. 10 points for him. And it does look like turnovers will be a theme here.
Without question, Kevin. Let's see if they can squeeze the orange and hold it together. They've got to do a much better job of taking care of the ball.
Bogut down low. Stoll is there. To 0. 5 on the shot clock. Red. Rockets with the turnover. Something to look forward to this Wednesday. From Georgia, it'll be the Atlanta Hawks as they take on the Sacramento Kings. It all gets underway at 7 o'clock Eastern.
Should be a good one.
Timeout called the Bucks. And the Rockets with some adjustments here. And here are the Bucks now. Down by 12. They're running out of time. Here's Shorty. Foul. Hall will take a trip to the line. It's going to be on Shane Banny. Chance now to check out the schedule for Milwaukee. They matched up with the Timberwolves. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Can't sink the first. Good on number 2. McGrady with the ball. 8 points for him. Number 15. Here's Battier. Double clutches. The shot is off. And it's Milwaukee the other way. To Alexander. Ariza snatches it inside.
He said you were still trying to
offense.
Oh, yeah.
The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. After this one, they're off to San Antonio to take on the Spurs. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. So it's Milwaukee now, following the score by Houston. Red.
Last part of my video, I wasn't even going to do it
That was a
last.
judgment call. He took a quick shot there, but I thought it was a pretty good look.
Here's
About to
McGrady.
end it. Pretty soon, my foot
Red with the
about
rebound.
quick.
Oh, man.
So I
So
was like,
it's
okay.
Milwaukee now.
I swear it'd be like that.
game.
You'll look at the timestamp on the video and be like, damn, it's only at
Here's Ward.
43 minutes.
Too much mustard on
I
that.
wanted to go a little bit
And
further.
here's Houston. 13-point lead. The dump off to Lowry. Leads him with the pass. Picked off.
Kevin, you know, they're still doing a pretty good job of limiting their giveaways right now.
Shorty lays it in. Sweet
It's
time
not
to
that
lead into the
bad.
rack.
It'll get worse
15
if they
points in the
bench
game.
the whole. Not the whole.
Now a timeout called by Houston. And the Rockets with some adjustments here. On defense, the Bucks, they trail by 11. And here is Red. He's got 8. Thomas up top. Knocked loose. To 0. In close. The shot is off. And the Bucks going the other way right now. Lowry from inside. Brooks leads the
We
game
ain't
in
cooked by
assists.
too small.
So it's Milwaukee. Bogut down low. Stoll on him. Gets in close.
These clubs have been lighting up the scoreboard all game long.
So it's Houston now. Now let's go over to Cheryl Miller. Cheryl.
Well, I had a moment to speak for the Rockets. He told them it's time to turn it up a notch. He said there's plenty of time to rest later. Right now, I want you to go all out. Back to you, Kev.
All right, Cheryl. Now here's Scola. 8 points for him. Here's McGrady. It's good.
Great pick there. The defender was stopped in his track, and it freed up the easy basket.
To 0. Down low. Here is Mbamute on the paint. Rebounded by Luis Scola.
You can simply tell, Kevin, I mean, they want the ball more right now.
T-Man connects from in close. And Clark, sometimes it just comes down to who wants it more.
It makes all the difference, Kevin. Tenacity, persistence, going after the ball, and that's what we're seeing here so far.
And here are the Bucks now. It's a 13-point game. Jennings to the right block. To 0. Here's Jennings. Off the mark from 3.
You can't fault that shot since he was wide open, but he may have rushed it just a little bit.
He's got to push it. Here's McGrady. Makes the long-distance connection.
Way to close out an opponent. Kevin, I think we're done here.
The Bucks call timeout. They're losing by 16. 1:06 left in the game. And the Rockets with some adjustments here. So it's Milwaukee. They trail by 16. Red lays it in off the glass. The Rockets should slow it down here and use some Clark. To Battier. Lays it in. Sweet dime to lead into the round. They lead 68-52. The Bucks maintain possession. Shorty having a dominant impact in this game.
He's really giving his team a lift here, providing solid minutes off the bench.
How big is it, Clark, to get a solid contribution off the bench?
I think it's really big because you need everybody to contribute. The starters aren't always going to be able to go the distance, so your backup guys have to come in and play well.
On defense, the Bucks. It stays here. On defense, the Bucks. Battier backs down. Here's Spencer slams it back in.
With this double-digit margin, very little can be done to make this a contest now.
Here's Thomas on the mark from 16 feet out.
It's always a pleasure to watch a great shooter go to work. Give him a little elbow room, and it's automatic.
The Rockets walk away with a double-digit victory as they defeat the Bucks 70-56. For his steady play, Yao Ming is the Jordan Brand Player of the Game. And that about wraps it up for Clark Kellogg, Cheryl Miller, and me, Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA presented by 2K.
Great game, man. Great game. Your shot selection was outstanding tonight. Some of them didn't fall, but that doesn't mean they weren't good shots. The important thing to remember is not to lose your focus. When that happens, you'll begin to force bad shots. And I almost forgot. You were all over your man. Most of the shots he took were bad looks because you were in his face. Playing defense like that forces your opponent to win with bad shots. More often than not, they lose when it comes down to that. Ultimately, if you can keep up that level of play, good things will happen.
All right, guys, wrapping it up. Peace.